Hi everybody, now I'm here and today we're going to do magic with playing cards. And today I would like to present to you not so much a trick, but a story. A story of why kids should behave with their parents. And that's not broadcasting anything because, I am a parent. But um, this story is going to start off with a mom and a dad. And they want to buy some gifts for their four kids. And so we have four presents that they're going to find and place in their closet. And so let's hide these off to the side. I'll make sure that my head isn't covering that. And let's introduce you to the four kids. So the four kids are for all intents and purposes, the two, the three, the four, and the five. You could think of it as the two and the three, 4 or 5 year old, or just the younger kids and the older kids. But that's basically what we're going for. And so here's the thing: throughout the year, all the kids, they are their own personalities. They act differently, but the parents do have to keep an eye on the younger kids, the 2 and the 3 year old. But the 5 and the 4 year old actually run off and do things on their own, so they don't have as much visibility to them. And so oftentimes what might end up happening is that the parents will say, "Hey kids, please come to dinner, or clean up your room, or do your chores, or it's time to take a bath." And well, as it turns out, when they call "Hey," the 2 year old doesn't really have too much to oppose because they just kind of have to listen. And then the 3 year old, also generally pretty obedient. But then the 4 and the 5 year old, you end up not seeing them as often. And so, yeah, that's what's the situation in this household. And so now, as it comes to an important day when they have to make it to some event or something, they're gonna say, "Hey, kids, we have to go get ready to go to Grandma's house or Grandpa's house or Auntie's, so that we can go open presents on Christmas Day." And so they call them and say, "Hey," and the 3 year old comes running, and 3 year old's like, "Hey, I can't wait to go and open presents." 2 year old doesn't have too much options because 2 year old doesn't have too much agency. But then the 4 and the 5 year old, they kind of are in defiance, and so the parents decide to walk over to the older kids and say, "Hey, you guys really need to step up and be a better example for your younger siblings." And when they decide to go over to where the 4 and 5 year olds are supposed to be, they actually find instead the 3 and the 2 year old. And they're like, "Wait, where did the older kids go?" And so basically, at the very last minute, they decide, "Hey, look at all of these gifts that we have for everybody. Let's distribute them however we see fit, and that'll teach the kids to behave throughout the year." And so they start looking at the gifts. So here's one of the gifts. They're going to give that to the older kids. And then they're going to say, "Hey, how about the next gift? Is this more appropriate for the older kids or the younger kids?" And they say, "Okay, this gift is more appropriate for the younger kids." And then there's going to take a look at this next gift. "Okay, that's more appropriate for the older kids." And then this last one's going to be more appropriate for the younger kids. And so that's what they end up doing. And so we get to Christmas Day, and all the kids are excited to open their gifts, and the parents are snickering because they know what's going to happen. But as it turns out, the 4 and the 5 year old, they have not been behaving, so they're on the naughty list, and they've been jokesters for the past few months, and they don't deserve a great gift. And if we take a look now at the 4 and the 5 year old, they're no longer the 4 and the 5. They are indeed the jokers. And when they take a look at their gifts, they're really upset because they believe Santa Claus made a mistake. But the parents are like, "Oh no, they got two lumps of coal." And in this case, a small lump and a large lump of coal. So wait, where are all the other gifts? Well, as it turns out, the parents were impressed at how well the 2 and the 3 year old did, and so they gave them all of the gifts. And that, my friends, is a trick that is inspired by a bunch of different things, and the story of Christmas and parenting. And I don't know what to call it, but I basically came up with that last night, and I'm like, oh, okay, this will be brilliant for Christmas. So let me just put it together. And that was the trick. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year, everybody. Thanks for watching.